Hi, I'm Sir Morik, your lab instructor for the semester.
And I'm Ma'am Ken, the laboratory preceptor of SOL 173. And we are here to present Formalin Ethyl-Acetate concentration technique.
First, we should be wearing proper laboratory attire, which is lab gown, gloves, and face mask.
And for girls, you have to tie your hair.
Today, we will be conducting FEACT, or Formalin Ethyl-Acetate concentration technique. It is a type of sedimentation technique used to concentrate helminth eggs in fecal samples.
Before we start our conduct of the experiment, we first need to show you what are the needed materials for this technique. So first, we have this, the forceps, okay, a clean scissor, sterilized gauze that you need to cut with the scissor, the funnel stand to hold the funnel. You also need test tube and test tube rock, a wash bottle to hold distilled water. We also need a clean beaker to hold all the supernatant, pipette, applicator stick, or if you do not have, you can improvise like this. We can use toothpicks, a pipette and a pipettor, and our reagents, which are the 10% formalin and ethyl acetate. And most importantly, you also need to have the fecal sample. 2 grams of fecal sample in 10 ml, 10% formalin. In collecting the sample, you need to know this following information. First is the date and place of collection, the animal source of the fecal specimen, and another optional information is the consistency and appearance of the fecal specimen.
So now let's proceed to the actual activity of FEACT. Note that this activity should be done inside the fume hood. We are only doing this on a table for demonstration purposes. So, step 1, we would strain the fecal solution into the 3-layered gauze, pouring into the test tube that we will assign for the solution. Okay, so as you note, the solid parts are filtered into the gauze. So that's what the forceps are for. We need to remove it immediately after filtration so that we will not contaminate the area into a biological hazard bag. So we will now get the beaker assigned for decantation. Ma'am Ken will now rinse the funnel so as to clean the funnel. Now you can use it for another fecal sample. So as you notice, this will be our test tube for the sample. We have properly labeled it so as to prevent any confusion. And we have already made an 8 ml guide prior to this experiment so that we will see if you have at least 8 ml of the solution. So now we will add 2 ml of ethyl acetate so as to make a complete solution of 10 ml. After adding ethyl acetate, cover with electric tape and shake vigorously for 30 seconds.
After you have finished the 30-second vigorous shaking, remove the electric tape from the solution to release the gas slowly. Centrifuge the suspension at 15 RPM for 5 minutes. Make sure that you have a balanced test tubes before running the centrifuge. After centrifugation, the tube will contain 4 layers. The ethyl acetate on top, debris on the 2nd layer, the formalin on the 3rd layer, and the precipitate on the bottommost layer, which contains the parasite's egg or ova. Decant the ether, debris, and formalin, leaving the precipitate. Pipette out a small amount of the precipitate and transfer it onto a glass slide. Add iodine dye for better resolution of parasites. This is an optional stage. Cover the precipitate with a cover slip. inside under the microscope.
And that ends our procedure for FEACT.
We hope you learned a lot from us. From Team Paras,
Stay safe and healthy.